Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. I be back with your lecture, Standard 4th, Subject English. Today's our topic is poem number 12, Why English is So Hard. Here in this poem, the poet expresses why English is hard to learn. Have you ever felt the same way, children? Let English is difficult to learn? Let me to read the poem. We will begin with a box and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox should be oxen, not oxes. You may find a lone mouse or a whole lot of mice. But the plural of a house is houses, not highs. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen? And I speak of a foot, and you show me your feet, but I give you a boot. Would a pair be called bead? That one may be that, and three may be those, yet the plural of hat would never be hose. The masculine pronouns are he, his, and him. But imagine the feminine she, she's, and shim. So, our English, I think you will all agree, is the trickiest language you ever did see. Listen again the first stanza. We will begin with a box and the plural is boxes, but the plural of ox should be oxen, not oxes. Now, my dear children, let me explain the first stanza. Here, we all know in singular and plural the word which ends with x changes to its plural form by adding ex, and therefore box changes to boxes in the plural form. So the poet here is telling us if box is changing to boxes, why not ox changed to oxes? But what is the plural of ox, students? Yes, it is oxen. So English is a funny language. Look at this picture. Here we can see the one box in one side and so many boxes in the other side. So the singular form of the word box and its plural form is boxes. What we added? Yes, es we added with the word box. So singular form box, its plural form is called boxes. Here, see the other picture. What is this? Ox and oxen. That means the plural form of ox is oxen, not oxes. Okay, students, understood? The first stanza, we got two plural form. First is box, boxes. Second, ox, oxen. In second stanza, you may find a lone mouse or a whole lot of mice. Here lone mouse means one mouse. If it is one, then we called it as mouse. Then there are many, we called it as mice. But the plural of a house is houses, not highs. Yes, students, here house means singular. What is the plural of house? It is houses. Here house is houses and mouse is mice, right? Then the poet is asking, why can't the plural form of house is highs? Yes. House, plural form it is houses, not highs. Students, look here from the second stanza, we learned two more words. What are that? First one is house. What is the plural form of house? Houses. And second word it is mouse. What is the plural form of the mouse? That is mice. If the plural of man is always called man, here plural of man is men. Why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen? If you follow the rules that like man and man are the singular and plural, then pan plural should be a pen. Why is it not so? Students, in this stanza we got two plural forms. What are that? Man, men. Pan, pans. In next stanza, and I speak of a foot and you show me your feet. But I give you a boot, would a pair be called beat? Here, once again the question raised by the poet here is, if I asked you to show a foot, foot is the singular word and you show me a feet. Feet is the plural word of foot. So he is asking, if I give you a boot, would a pair be called beat? Again there is confusion, students. Foot changing to feet in the plural form. So boot should be changed to beat. But it is wrong. So what, students? What is the plural of boot? It is boots. From this stanza, what are the new plural forms we got it? Yes, students. That is foot plural form it is feet, and the boot plural form it is boots. Moving to the next stanza, that one may be that and three may be those. Yet the plural of hat would never be hose. Again, here we use the word that for things which are far and in the singular form. So if any object is far away and it is more than one, it changes to those. So here the singular word that, it's a plural form word, students, that is those. So hat should change to hose. Doesn't changes. So no, hat will not make like that hose. It changes to hats in the plural form. Here we know there are no rules in English which is same all the time. Here in this stanza, what are the new plural forms you learned, students? That, those, hat, hats. Now students, turn your textbook page number 27. The stanza here. The masculine pronouns are he, his and him. But imagine the feminine she, she's and shim. In this stanza, the poet tells us about pronouns. They are used instead of a noun. Masculine gender is used for males and boys. So here it is used he, his and him. Feminine gender is used for females and girls. So it's used as she, her and hers. So here again he is trying to understand the concept as to why feminine can't be she, she's and shim. In this stanza, what you understood, students? Here the poet explain about the gender also. That is two type, masculine and feminine. Masculine means boys. So here the word is given he. Feminine means girls. So what is the feminine word of the he? It is she. And one more point is there. They explain, the poet is explain about the pronouns also. Here, what are the pronouns for he we are using? That is his and him. Same way for she, we have to use the pronouns her and hers. Let's move to the last stanza of the poem. So, our English, I think you will all agree, is the trickiest language you ever did see. Here, the poet tells us that English is not only the funny and complicated language, but also tricky and difficult. So, it's very important to understand the basic elements, or else you will also say why English is so hard. I hope you all understood the poem. You have to recite the poem and by heart it. Thank you for watching this video, students. Have a nice day.